Hi guys, welcome back to another Resource Management 2021 video. This one's going to focus on the last three challenges we have not covered yet that are based on characters' classes. And yes, those are the Catalyst of Change, Medical Supply Run, and Ability Enhancement Challenge. Not much to say that I haven't said in a previous video, so guys, if you're ready for it, sit back, relax, and let's get into it. Before this video kicks off, if you are someone who would like to submit data for me to use in resource management to help new players, mid-game players get through this game and become end-game players, you guys can do so by joining my Discord. The link to that is in the description down below. And then all you do is go and find the section for submit data for resource management, find the category you want to submit for, and then post your screenshots of what you cleared it with, and make sure you also include a shot that gives total collection power, because that is the most important information I need to determine if something's efficient or not. In the event your data is one of the data that's being used as part of resource management, I'll make sure you get credit at the end of my future resource management videos for helping the community and helping me give the players more reliable information. Now back to your resource management video. Now, if this is your first time catching a resource management video, I'm going to go through these details very quickly. And if you need more details, please go check out the prologue, the first video in this playlist, the eye in the corner of the screen. But resource management is my rating system of how useful a character is unlocking content and gain sustainable resource. These are all the different game modes that factor into resource management. If you need to read them, please pause the video. Moving on. Yes, resource management is not a free to play list. It does not matter how a character is unlocked or how you obtain them. Every character is rated in resource management. And if you don't know how my guide works because it's your first time checking it out, I do recommend checking out the eye in the corner of the screen. Go back to the very first video that covers this topic for a better deep dive. But basically, this is your team. You unlock Deadpool on a calendar, you replace the highest rated character, which is Luke Cage. Your new team looks like this. This is the team you should be working on. And then you get Human Torch in a premium, or before you even plan on unlocking him, well, he's better than 4 of the other characters on the team, so replace the character with the highest rating power, giving your new team that looks like this. Basically how my guide works. And for the challenge videos, yes, it does work that way, but you want to work your way up to the top characters of the teams that I show you can clear the challenges at the highest tier. You can clear these challenges at the lower tiers, going up through with the characters in the ranking system, but to clear the highest one, you're going to need to work your way up to the top 5. So let's kick this one off with the hardest challenge out of all of them, Catalyst of Change, which takes blasters only. And this is the recommended 5 characters that I recommend you guys build up towards. There are some substitutions to note. This is the only team I'm going to show you guys on this one, but this team can clear around 450,000 collection power. Now, in all cases, you will want Falcon, Ultron, and Black Bolt. And I'm telling you right now, red stars matter in this challenge. You need your character to survive. So if you're going in with 2 or 3 red star characters, they're probably not going to fare too well in this challenge. Well, except for Ultron, he doesn't need any. Electro and Crystal can be substituted out. I highly recommend Electro if you can get your hands on her and build her up, as her offense down to start will make a big difference in your character's survivability. So your top 10 look like this. Obviously with the characters I recommend: Black Bolt, Ultron, Falcon, Crystal, Electro. Followed by now your replacement characters, Negasonic, Cable, and that's pretty much where it stops, guys, the top 7. Your chances of clearing this challenge with anyone outside the top 7 go down drastically. The only 2 characters I recommend subbing out to sub in Negasonic or Cable or Crystal and Electro. This one is a very difficult challenge. Not a whole lot of wiggle room for this challenge. But going in the order of characters that can clear up until this challenge: War Machine, Thor, Iron Man, Ironheart. I do have reports of someone clearing this with Ironheart and Iron Man, replacing Electro and Crystal, but like I said, some information I do get doesn't seem that reliable, and until more people can report it to me, I basically take that with a grain of salt and I don't report that to you guys, other than telling you in theory someone reported it to me. But anyways, moving on, Karath number 12, very good with his basic slow, can make a difference in some of the challenges on your way through. Human Torch at 13, Cyclops 14, 15, Elsa Bloodstone, Killmonger 16, 17 Yellow Jacket, 18 Longshot, 19 Yelena Belova, probably the only time you'll see her in the top 20 currently, and 20 Rocket. And other characters with a blaster tag, 21 through 38, starting with Punisher down to Ravager and Boomer. Now we are on to the Medical Supply Run Challenge, which takes brawler and support characters. So a much bigger pool of characters. Let's start with the 2 teams that I do recommend you guys build up towards to clear at the highest tier. First one is this one. This one's a newly reported team to me, but it seems to be getting the job done. Symbiote Spider-Man, Anti-Venom, and Carnage make up the backbone, with Ebony Maw and Minerva as support. And it's been recorded to clear at as low as 315,000 collection power. The second team is pretty much still taking Symbiote Spider-Man and Carnage, but this time mixing in Scientist Supreme, Shuri, and Minerva. This one's a little bit more of a slower grind to get it done as you're trying to play the survivability game, but this one's been recorded as low as 375,000 collection power. So let's build up to those characters, your top 10. Symbiote Spider-Man and Carnage, those two show up on pretty much every team that I've seen. Ebony Maw, Minerva, Anti-Venom, Shuri at 6, 7 Science Supreme, Mr. Sinister creeping in at 8, Dr. Octopus, another one that I do feel I'm going to see more of him clearing in the future, at number 9, and 10 Nick Fury. Your top 20 look like this, starting with X-23 at 11, Ghost Rider, Captain Marvel, Beast, Ms. Marvel, Squirrel Girl, Miles Morales, America Chavez. Yes, you do see the Young Avengers creep in there. As a team you could build, but they're not a very useful team throughout the course of the game. You can use them in war. They seem to be a decent war defense team. But once again, resource management is all about getting to the end game, where the only thing you have to focus on is war and collecting as many resources you can to build faster than your opponent. Deadpool at 19 and Psylocke at 20, and their remaining characters look like this, 21 through 39, starting with Vulture down to AIM Researcher, and then the back end starting at 40, Daredevil and Ravager Stitcher. And again, guys, if you need to see this list in detail, please pause the video to review it. We are going to keep moving on for time's sake, so now we're moving on to the Ability Enhancement Challenge, which takes controllers and protectors. So the first team I'm going to recommend here, guys, is Call, Hela, Thanos, Emma Frost, and Taskmaster. This one's being recorded to clear around 400,000 collection power. The second team you may want to build up for is Baron Zemo, Hela, Yo-Yo, Emma Frost, and Venom. This one's around 410,000 collection power. Two very good teams. Once again, some exclusive characters. If you're someone who would like to help me collect data and clearly challenge the highest tier without using exclusive characters like Yo-Yo and Emma Frost, please join my Discord, share with me who you've beaten it with, or if you've beaten with something different at a lower collection power, please share it. Now, I do add a couple thousand to these powers just so you guys don't get to the exact number of someone else and maybe struggle with the content. And once again, if you're someone who's planning on clearing the challenge to the highest tier, you can't play it on auto, you gotta understand kits, and you gotta play it manually. Just saying. Other than that, you might want to add 50,000 to that collection power. So the top 10 look like this: Hela, Emma Frost, Thanos, the top 3 that I see in most teams, Taskmaster, Call Obsidian, Venom, Invisible Woman. Once again, Invisible Woman is not shown on any of the teams, but she's very commonly used. She's another reason why I say she is a skippable character in this game, but she does make other content easier. So it's up to your decision if you want to skip Invisible Woman in this game or not. I'm just telling you, she can make things easier, but at the same time, she's not absolutely needed. Ghost at 8, 9 at Baron Zemo, and Magneto at 10. In your top 20 like this, starting with Yo-Yo at 11, Mordo at 12, Loki at 13, Scarlet Witch at 14, 15 Star-Lord, 16 Black Widow, 17 Hawkeye, 18 Captain America, 19 Scream, and 20 Proxima Midnight. And then your remaining characters, starting with 21 through 39, starting with Agent Coulson down to Karnak. And now I do want to put in a note here, guys. I put this in my previous videos, that resource management's all based on facts submitted by the community. But when making lists and ranking characters out from 1 to wherever it ends, the further the characters get away from that one spot top 10 is the more subjective my list becomes, because I'm no longer basing it on what is actually clearing the highest tier. I am now basing it on their efficiency in the game and clearing content, and then 2, I'm subjectively adding in what I think's meta and moving them up the list if I feel like they should move up the list. Any list that's not based purely on facts is subjectivity, and my guide listing these characters out is no different. The top end, guys, that's solid, that's based on facts, but the further you get away from that top spot, the more subjectivity my guide becomes. Just throwing that out there, but I do stand behind my guide, guys. 100% I do stand behind it. I'm constantly making changes as things change in the game or as new information becomes available to me, as I want to make sure this is based on as many facts as I can possibly gather from the community. But anyways, the remaining characters 40 through 58, you can see from Sif down to Kree Royal Guard. Then the last few characters 59 through 68 with Luke Cage down to Doom. Yes, Doom is unrated and put him at the end just because he is the end game content. He shouldn't be factored in. Most likely you should have challenges cleared before you unlock Doom. And Phoenix is not factored in because there's no Beast, which makes her not a viable option in this challenge, because if she turns dark, you're not 3-starring. So she's a character you could use to beat it over and over and over again manually, but if you want that auto, you're gonna need to take someone else. And that will do it for this one, guys. That wraps up all the challenges and all the campaigns in the game. I do have a cleanup video, 1 or 2 to do to add to this series, but all in all, this series is almost complete for the beginning of 2021. And if you guys enjoy this one, please do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. If you're new here and haven't done this already, hit that subscribe button. And if you do not want to miss the next part to resource management, don't forget that notification bell. And with all that said, I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye.